Megan, and today I'm going to be telling you how to be a cheerleader. The first and most important thing you need to know in order to be a cheerleader is you need to act like a cheerleader. The most important thing here is to have pep. You need to be excited 24/7 about cheer. Cheer is your absolute most favorite thing in the entire world, and it's the best thing that ever happened to the universe. You need to always wear your cheer clothes, you need to represent your team, you need to promote your team, you're always talking about cheer 24/7. You eat, sleep, and breathe cheerleading. It's your most favorite thing ever. The next thing you need to know in order to be a cheerleader is you need to pretend like you know what's going on. A lot of times when you're cheering at a game, people are going to start clapping and you're not going to know what goes on, but you need to pretend like you know what goes on. Obviously, it was something good, so just clap along and pretend like you're super excited that something great happened in the game. Another thing you know in order to be a cheerleader is you need to be aware that sometimes people are going to start yelling at the ref and say things like, "Are you kidding me, ref?" or "Come on, ref." You're not going to know what happened, but what you do know is that it was bad. So get pissed. You're upset. Something bad happened, so show it on your face. Be upset. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you can't be ugly. But don't worry, there's makeup for this. The trick here is just to get like pounds of makeup and then just pack it on your face. It doesn't have to look that great because people aren't seeing you up close. The next thing you need to know in order to be a cheerleader is cheer hair. It needs to be big and huge, it's kind of outrageous updo. The trick here is just to kind of put like 2 to 3 cans of hairspray on your hair and just make it so it doesn't move whatsoever. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you need to never stop moving your palms. Move them up high, down low, diagonal, whatever it matters. It doesn't really matter. You just need to make it look like you're doing something. And if you get warm from all that palm movement, then just fan yourself in your palms. No one knows. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you can't mess up. You don't want to be that one person that puts their hands up when everyone's hands are down. You're just going to look dumb. So just know what you're doing. It's not that hard. Don't mess up and don't stick out like a sore thumb, because that's really embarrassing. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you need to be extremely and emotionally attached to your team. If they lose, it needs to crush your world. You're so sad when your team loses. You need to cry. You need to be so sad when your team loses. You need to show them that you love them so much and that you're there to encourage them, even when they're super sad also. But if your team wins, you need to act like it's the absolute most best thing that's ever happened to you. You need to celebrate with them. Be super excited. Get stoked. Your team just won. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you can never be late to practice, games, or anything related to cheer. If you're late, you're most likely going to have to do physical punishment, and your whole team is going to hate you because they're going to be thinking about how you were late for practice, and they're just going to be upset when they're running. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you can't be awkward and uncoordinated. You don't want to be that one person that's always in the back row that's doing a terrible job at the dance. So just don't be uncoordinated, practice your moves, and know what you're doing. It's not that hard. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you need to be really comfortable on stage. And this is where facials comes in. So you don't want to look like a deer in the headlights when you're up on stage and like performing, so you need to act super excited and just show it on your face. So this is where facials come in. You can make like the duck face, you can wink, I don't care what it is, but just look like you're excited to be doing what you're doing, because remember, you love cheerleading. So make it look like you love cheerleading, especially when you're performing. The more over the top, the better it is. Also, if you're going to be a cheerleader, you need to be extremely prepared to fake it till you make it. You're on a team with all girls. You need to be ready and prepared to face the drama straight on. So fake it till you make it is definitely a phrase that is very applicable in order to be a cheerleader. And next, in order to be a cheerleader, you need to be ready to have trust in your team. This especially comes for stunts. You're probably going to get elbowed in the face, kicked in the face, it's going to happen. But if you have trust in your team, it's going to make that hurt a little less when it happens. And in order to be a cheerleader, you need to be comfortable when you yell, and you need to know how to yell correctly. So you need to use your diaphragm so your voice doesn't crack in front of everybody, because that's really embarrassing. And you can't be shy because you're a cheerleader. You're cheering for your team and you're in front of everyone. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you can't look like this girl. She has no pep. You need to be happy and excited and act like you're having fun, because remember, you love cheer. It's your favorite thing ever. So look like you're excited. Have fun. Don't be like this chick. She looks pissed off. Also, in order to be a cheerleader, you need to be strong. Whether you think cheer is a sport or not, you do need to admit that cheerleaders have to have strength. They're lifting people in the air for crying out loud. So in order to be a cheerleader, you need to be strong and strive to get stronger as you're on your team. And finally, in order to be a cheerleader, you need to have heart. You have to love what you're doing, like other things you do in life. But don't leave here forgetting the most important thing, which is to never, ever, ever mess up in order to be a cheerleader. Thank you.